Identifying
the king of cakes. Chopper for the win.
G'day guys, welcome back to Cakes by Chopper. Today we have Cinderella for you, but before we get into that, I want to let you know I'll be appearing at Game On. If it's after the event, just click the link above and check out my vlogs.
For the first time in Australia and one of its kind, Game On, an interactive games and online video showcase part of Vivid Sydney. From Friday the 22nd till Sunday 24th of May. Like online video? Get it at Game On. Meet your favourite YouTubers, celebrity Q&A panels, and watch the amazing concert with performances by international superstars like J.S. Lee, Steph McHale, the Blackbird Collective, Luna and Damie Lou. If you're not at Game On, you're missing out. All ages event. Tickets from just $39. Get yours now. GameOnInteractive.com.au.
I'm super excited about this event and I hope to see you guys there. What you're going to do is head over to the Cakes by Chopper Facebook page, print off the Cinderella template. Now I've taken a bit of inspiration from the cameo jewellery / old school necklaces and stuff with this Cinderella cake, and I've put her in an oval. So you're going to cut out 2 layers of the cake, fill it with your favourite flavouring, and then give it a buttercream coating and smooth it all off because you're going to cover it with fondant and give it a quilting effect. But to get that nice straight edge, you're going to give it a crumb coat, put it in the freezer for 5 to 10 minutes, and then pull it out, give it another coat, and clean it up as best you can. Then you're going to roll out your fondant, place it over the top, smoothing down the edges, making sure there's no air bubbles, and seal it right to the bottom because you're going to trim that off. Just be careful when you're trimming off. As many times as I've done this, I wasn't watching what I was doing and I had a little bit of tearing, but it was easily covered with a border around the bottom, which I was going to do anyway. To get the quilting effect, you're going to go around the edge doing diagonal lines one way, spaced out about 1 inch, and then go back the opposite way, and you're going to skip 2 lines. So if you start on one, count 1, 2, and then match it up to the top of the 3rd one to get these little diamonds. To really make this quilting effect pop, you're going to put in a little bit of water at every cross section and add a sugar ball, and then pipe off a border around the bottom. I just used a really bright pink that is the same as the buttercream underneath, and then I covered the top in a purple luster dust. Now it's time for your Cinderella, which you're going to cut out the full shape of her body and head and put that on a base of flesh coloured fondant. Now that is going to stay flat as your base colour, and you're going to build up from there. So you're going to cut out her head and her dress, place them on top, smoothing down the edges, and make sure it adjusts around the side so you don't see the 2 layers. Then you're basically just going to cut out the hair into little pieces and add them on, placing the headband in between. Just use your template to mark out where it goes and make sure you've got it stuck on the right spot because you don't want to have the hair sitting up higher and away. I also did a little bit of shaping to the hair to give it those little pleats and lines. This just helps in person. For the photographs it doesn't really matter, but if you just paint them on flat, it's going to look like a 2D picture. Whereas if you put in these little lines, it looks a little bit more 3D in person. Now for her face, I cut out the holes for her eyes and her mouth, placed a little bit of water down, and then put some white fondant and just manipulated it in very gently, and then painted in all the details using gel food dye. The little pieces of white fondant were very small, and then I just used them to basically turn the flesh coloured white. Once I'd finished with the lips and the eyes, I'd moved on to lining off all the pieces around. I probably wouldn't line off her dress if I redid this cake. I found the harsh lines were a little bit too dark, but I did like the lining around the hair. Paint on her choker, then you can place her on top of the cake, add a nice swirly border around the top, once again fitting in with the cameo theme, and top that off with some blue and pearl coloured sugar balls, and don't forget to paint in her eyebrows like I nearly did. Thanks for watching this cake, guys. If you loved it, give it a like, give it a share. Thank you so much. And also, can you check out my friends' videos? They're amazing. Show them some love. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.
Tell me, sir, hey, let's be friends. I'm dying to see how this one ends.
So, my name's Ernest, and if you're watching this, it means that you're not subscribed. And if you're not
Stop! Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some liquor in it. Take a sip, sign a check. Julio, get the stretch!
So what's on my channel? Well, kind of everything that I like doing in life, from comedy sketches. It will never fit.
And you love the game, cause we're young and we're reckless.
Too hot, hot day. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. Too hot, hot day. Say my name, you